All right, guys. Look, I'm taking you guys this video because I wanted to. I was doing a little work here. When I can't sleep and my mind's on certain people. That means that the enemy's trying to hurt them. And um, listen, we've got an army of people out there that are supporting us. And I haven't mentioned a bunch of names that I will because they've been uh, most of the ones that are closest to me. I don't acknowledge them because if I do, it brings danger. And I've always been on these guys' radar because I've been sticking my finger in their eye for a very long time, and I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of anything they have coming. Um, like I said, um, I grew up in martial arts class. I was adopted at a very young age, and by the time I was 16, I had four black belts already. And when I was recruited by that British woman back in '96, I was already four-time black belt, and um, they scooped us up. They scooped us up, and they gave us the best training. I sniper training at Fort Benning. I had psychological training in Washington, and all of it under pseudonyms. All of it under guise of protection. And listen, they paid us lots of money to do what we did, and I'm sorry, at that point I was still under the impression that America was the good guys and we were fighting terrorists and all that stuff and all this. Let me tell you something. They taught us a lot of things, but they never taught us how to disarm weapons of mass destruction or chemical weapons, which means that they're not there. And secondly, we were there to secure the heroin is what we were there for. And me and four other guys that are my friends to this very day um, personally watched SEAL teams go in there in the insurgent caves and take this product out, take it into Ramstein, and fly straight into Mexico after they put Chapo in jail and took over the cartel. So then they militarized the southern border and put all the dope. Now the same stuff that we're trying to is killing all of our friends, and they're all addicted to heroin. And they're trying to put people in jail for being heroin addicts. Whenever the CIA and the U.S. military and the police force, they're the ones putting the dope on the streets, people. So let me tell y'all this. Um, if you need proof, come to me. Come to me, DM me. And I tell you what, give me an email. But let me tell you something. Whenever I send you the proof that you want, best believe one thing: people have lost their lives to try to get this message out. And the only reason why I'm still here breathing is because, like I said, up until 2019, I hated this place. I couldn't be a soldier. I couldn't work. Everything was set up to destroy me. My friends were dying around me, and back then I was at war with everything, and so I didn't know who I was, but I knew one thing. I knew I was more than. I had a gift. I had a gift, and my gift was something that I for a long time I hated and I thought was a curse because I'm not proud of it, and I wasn't then anyway. So I'll be honest with you guys. The first 40 years on this planet, from the time I was 19 to the time I was 40 years old, probably 39 years old, I was slick slide trying to kill myself. I didn't care. I wasn't going to put the gun in my mouth because then people would have called me a coward. But if I died, oh well. Don't threaten me with a good time. This place sucks. I hated this place. I hated it. Everything about it's a lie. And whenever you see the lie like I see it, I put myself through school. Got my own bachelor degree. When they tried to shut me down, I just backdoor and hacked the program and gave myself the degree. So um I'm thankful that I did all that. And let me tell you something. Don't let anybody think that you can't understand technology. It's not all that hard and difficult. And let me tell you, some of us were built with gifts. And like I said, these gang stalkers, these hackers, and all that stuff, they think they're slick, but they're not. They leave a trail. And best believe one thing: to this very day, they still talk to me and they still come at me. And these is I'm so cold blooded with it. I can look at their face picture and tell you exactly who they are, who they work for, and what they are. I can even, if I think on it and meditate on it, I can even see their families and stuff. And like I said, most of these people are just doing what this government pays them to do. And a lot of the people that are causing problems in our lives, they're good people. They think that we're something that we're not. It's because no one's telling the truth. And let me tell you something: we are many. You know that the Central Intelligence Agency uh, got one of our brothers back in the 70s and did horrible things to him, killed him 3 different times. It's all documented stuff. And the last thing our brother said, as after they chopped him up into pieces and tried to put his remains in radioactive bases and ship them on jets all over the world, thinking that would stop him. Whenever he manifested himself back in their office, he said, "You know what, you guys, I'm going to leave because the darkness still has a period of time and it's okay. You guys want me gone, so I'm going to go. But let me tell you something. Here soon, whenever I come back, you're not going to be able to stop us. And we are going to be many." Are you listening to what I'm saying, you guys? Well, here we are, light workers. Now, like I said, my brother Ishmael Perez has been, I've done everything I can to try to shield him, but God's got him shielded really good. And they know better than to even try with him, because whenever they tried, it went horribly bad. But they've tried to come at me several times. And just recently, whenever they were burning Maui, as soon as the satellite made another round back on there, and I mean, you guys want to see it, I can show you the same satellite that's burning. They're trying to tell you that it's a different satellite than it is, but if you watch how much energy it's using in transmitting, it's an awful amount. And let me tell you something. You want to prove it? That satellite can't hit anything that's blue. So I can show you some footage and some video about this. That also, when that satellite was overhead, I got the timestamps. We could track the satellite, and I'll show you. My computer networks erupted. That right there was the coolest thing, because all they did was gave me more proof to show the light workers, hey, you guys, I've been sticking my finger in their eye for so long, it's unreal. The thing is that they're confused over who I am. They believe that all the different information about me, they don't know who I am. They believe that I am exactly who, that they feared I was. And that's exactly who I am. I'm here to stop this mess and to free humanity. I spent a lot of time on the Pleiades. That's where my heart is. And Ashtar Command watches over me, and I used to apologize because, man, I'm sure I'm in Ashtar's paperwork all the time. Sure, I'm in his logbook all the time, having to. I literally usually have a light craft right above me most of the time, 24/7, and that's not because they want to look at me. It's because they're here to protect us. And look. Let me tell you something. Everything that they put up into space, look, they have paper trails and there's ways to tell. That's one thing about the government. They have this bad habit of documenting everything. So listen, they can try to put me in jail if they want to for hacking them. Look, yes, I have in fact looked up their skirt. They're not a government. They're not. Let me tell you something else. Not only have I got their business, I got the mandates, I got the unredacted copies, and guess what? The proof that the presidents were doing this, and not were they doing this, they were doing a lot worse things, y'all. The whole truth has to come out now. The whole truth has to come out. And let me tell you something, Donald Trump, I'm impressed that man right there has stayed alive during this, especially with the level of security and stuff that he has, because like I said, it takes special people in order to beat these guys. And Like I said, I came into this world activated. I knew I knew it was a cesspool, and I had gifts from day one. While my brother was practicing yoga in order to activate his chakras, I was doing um, uh, Shaolin meditation and following Bruce Lee's techniques, focus power and lightning speed, and using incredible power in a short span of time. And let me tell you something. I don't remember how many black belts I got. I think I have 5 of them. I think I have 5 of them. But I mean, uh, they're not all really worthy. You know, um, my true instructor, he's still alive this very day. He's in Houston, and that dude right there is. I'm not going to mention his name just yet, but eventually I will, because if you guys ever want to learn true combat and have a true genuine sensei that's probably one of the best in the world, he is. Because most of the tricks that these special forces guys know, listen, they're a little scary, but they're not like the best. Are you listening? Um, that's where you learn it at, right there. That's where you learn it at. And I've always been a perfectionist. I've always been a math guy. I had just like a gift with math. Um, very high IQ. I believe IQ tests are, uh, first of all, they're stupid, and secondly, they put you in this category. And let me tell you something about IQ and all that stuff like that. You're as smart as you need to be whenever you're in the light. And the source of my power is not mine. The source of my power is the love that I have for the ones around me. And although I have a gift that the darkness coveted, and a gift that is, when you start killing children and you start feasting on their essence, I don't care how much money you pay me, that right there means that, look, you're not like me. If you can get off sexually to hurting and harming another being, especially a child, let me tell you something. In my opinion, that's not a human being. And the humans that are participating in that, if you checked their DNA, they probably don't have the same markers as the ones of us that do. So it's kind of easy to really know the truth of who you are and what people are. And the thing about this is that the government has known about this since day one. So the fact that we've made it as far as we have is just a miracle of God's power. And, just a testament to their arrogance, because, like I said, I was right up next to them. I wanted to, I wasn't dumb enough to be a soldier, because that's just stupid. But I mean, listen, the things we could do working for private security, listen, the soldier didn't have shit on us. Nothing we could do. I could tell you, I could tell you like this. Fallujah, had it not been for some of those special guys, America would have got their ass kicked, because they lost a lot of lives. And everything that they would say on the news, it just wasn't true. It just wasn't true. And you're not gonna attack the people that I'm there to. Whenever they started doing what they were doing, it was the plan was obvious. So I voiced myself to one of the. I believe this man's still alive to this day, so I'm not going to say his name. A very powerful military individual, and you know what? They got me a ride home, all right. And they tried to snuff me out that time too. Didn't go well, and that's a whole nother story. But um, my family was mixed up in this. My brother, they used him. I have a collection of girls that over the years that I've saved from the clutches of this, because it's just like, if you see what they do to the children, I think everyone needs to see, because the movie, I haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it. It's that's something that the people that don't know and don't believe, that they need to watch that. But let me tell you something from firsthand experience. It's evil. It's not natural. It's not true power. It's deceptive. And let me tell you something, those overlords that were in charge of that, and those God's little G that they don't have the power that we have. Do you think that do you think that they're here gonna, sit through the flash with these ones that are not going where we're going? I don't think so. You guys remember the submarine that just vanished, right? With the guy. You realize that those guys on there were all involved in this, right? They went through a portal down there. People need to realize that that's your first clue, man. All these rich people are jumping ship, man. Let me tell you something about that Epstein business. He told everything. He sung. And all these ones in Hollywood that were a part of it, Dwayne Johnson, Ellen DeGeneres, all you pizza party people, yeah. I was put here to be your worst nightmare. I promise you that. I was. There's been some people over the years that have done what they could, but let me tell you something. I've about had enough of listening to this unified good guy network. Let me tell you something. You know why they knew where the tunnels were with the kids in them? Because they dug them and put the kids in them. Okay? So, about had enough of that. So you guys that are, I posted what I said, and I had 3 people ask me the same question. Like, okay, well, if you want to know the answer, don't cry whenever I tell you, because I'm not going to speak nothing that is not true. That's one thing. You could ask any woman that's been with me or anyone that's around me, including my family, my son. The truth makes you free, and I don't abide lies. I'm a human lie detector. And not only that, the CIA taught us a little trick back in the day that's why you can't lie to me, even if it didn't have the power I have. But secondly, I can smell a lie when you think it now. I can see it on your face before you even think it. And these days, God has given me a great gift, and he had to in order to keep me alive and to help my brothers and sisters. And not only did they attack Ishmael, but they also went after my sister Jessica. And look here, they went after her harder than any of us. They literally went so far as to buy the server network that she had her website on, and to write the software for the app she was using to build it with, right? So that they could literally backdoor go in and alter it whenever they wanted to. And if you check the owners of all that, they all track back to Stellar Labs. And if you check, that's who pays the bills for Unified. And if you keep checking, let me tell you something, there's a paper trail to all of it. TLS is bullshit. I call bullshit on it. Show me TLS. Show me your ET, and show me that anytime that I can hear your voice in my head, you're not using a satellite to do it. Because let me tell you something. I have proof of what I can say. And your satellites? You think that you're the only one that can see that? No. I've been responsible for helping out a bunch of apps over the years. So if you guys want to know the apps that are good apps that will get you out there, let me tell you something. There's been some good white hats over the years, and all of us, we might not know each other's faces, but we've all helped each other. And the truth is free. You can get it for free. And anyone that's trying to get money from you, they're trying to, light workers, heads up. If they're giving you money and they're telling you they love you and they walk away, you know what? That might just be a blessing. But if they're promising you something and they're asking for money, let me tell you something, that's not your friend. I can show anyone that needs to know exactly what you need to know to remember yourself, to follow down on your timeline, and astral project yourself down your own timeline and watch yourself through your own eyes, your soul's eyes, and see with your own eyes what happened. And know everyone around you. And like I said, there's so many of us that were there. And I promise you, the ones that give me help, they are the ones that were our daughters, our sons. They were directly involved in this. We all incarnate together. We were all here together. You're here now, and you're a light worker because you are the best, the baddest, the most potent thing that the Creator has to offer. And let me tell you something. I'm sitting here telling you, all their assassins, all their fear, huh, I double dog dare them to come up and look, just come and just talk to me about it. Delete the videos, do whatever you want. Get on TV and try to indict me. Do whatever they want. Try throw your best at me, because you've been doing it for so long, and it just, all it does now is just hurt their families. And Lord bless the truth. I'm saying this to say this because I've had several girls in particular that were tasked. Their MOS was they are America's spy agents. And they basically told me, look, what do I do? My heart went out for them because they don't know what to do. And look, this government's so powerful and so real to them, it pays their bills and this and that and the other. Let me tell you something. I've had everything. Look, I've had millions of dollars and I've had nothing. But money's not real, especially in this world. That's what keeps people enslaved. So my father is the maker of all things, and he has very deep pockets. So trust and believe one thing. It was not safe to give me millions of dollars, because I probably would have gotten in the way of issues before I knew who I was and I was fully awakened. But now that I am fully awakened and I remember myself, and my brother Ishmael, listen, I've not always been in full agreements with some of the things that some of the ways that he is. But let me tell you something about what we're doing now and what's going on. He's the best there is. If you want to have a good life and you want to have the power that I have and the power that he has, if you just listen to what he says and do the steps. And when I say work, I'm talking about meditation. It doesn't take much. I can show you a 5-minute meditation, a 10-minute meditation, and then at night I always do about a 30-minute meditation that will give you incredible power in no time. And there's a couple of people that were gifted with the ability to forward view. In fact, the government used a woman, I'm not going to say her name, but anyone that knows that the FBI used her many times to find bodies, and out of like 500 or 600 times, she was always right every time. God blessed me. One day she contacted me and just gave me her class for free. And you know what? I thought that was the coolest thing. So I learned how to forward view. Well, whenever you're meditation and you're in the etheric plane, if your intentions are to help others, and that's all I'm here to do, is to help humanity. I'm the coolest dude. I love women. I've never hurt a woman a day in my life. I've only helped them. Back in the day, I've lied to a few of them, and I deceived a few of them, and I lost dearly because of it. But I have a couple of them that I've rescued that are they're experiencing hard times right now, and I have to let them, because they still choose to follow that path of selfishness versus selflessness. Whenever they all want the money, they all want to be taken care of and to be a part, but they don't want to tell the truth. They don't want to admit that you can't love someone else when you don't know how to love yourself. Okay? You're not some human being with no purpose and no divine. That's what this matrix has told people, and they believed it. Look, I never bought that shit from day one. Maybe some of us were like that. Ishmael talks about him coming in fully activated too. My growing up was horrible. And the super soldier stuff, when you start seeing stuff like that, and you see the horrors, that's hard to deal with, because you start believing that you are crazy. And again, like I said, I can vouch for everything that he says. And not only that, I wrote papers about this way before I even knew Ishmael. I wrote a paper on harmonic resonance and how to activate your chakras and put one foot over the veil using certain frequencies. And not only that, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I got another little toy that the government discovered, but they didn't know what it was, and I did, and it helped me. So um, when it's time, I'll be able to show you that, look, there's a device where you can just sit in the middle of it, turn on a few frequencies, and go instantly into the etheric plane. But I mean, I've had a couple of people that have managed to get into the etheric plane and tried to astral travel or travel, and they say, "Well, oh, well, my God, stop me!" It's if you're having trouble moving around in the etheric plane, it's because you're not doing anything to help this. Whenever there's only one law, God's law, and if you're of us, you're not going to have a trouble. I've never had no trouble, and I can, like I said, I've been to Atlantis many times. That's not my favorite, but anyone that wants to remember if they were in Atlantis, I can help you with that. I know a couple of people that can channel real good. Sam the Illusionist is he brought me and my sister real close, and verified Ishmael for me a long time ago. And like I said, Ishmael and I'm not even sure if he knows quite who I am yet, but ever since I heard his voice, I just want to hug his neck and tell him I got his back and I love him and I'm here to help him no matter what. And when he's doing his lives or whatever, I am meditating and sending him strength, love, and light. And I'm trying to fight this. Oh my God, he is allergic to tech, and he has got some. I had to teach myself technology back in the early 2000s, because that's how I was. That's where the enemy, and I already knew who the enemy was by then. Y'all understand one thing? I knew that this government that was at a very young age, whenever they send me over there to help, and then they're lying to me, and we're over there killing decent people and taking their natural resource to kill our own son. I had a problem with that, and I'm just not just going to sit there and do it and not say nothing about it. So thank God that they didn't know who my family was, and God had a shield of protection over us all, because even though I was trying to die, I sure didn't want nobody else to get hurt. And over the years, several people have gotten hurt, and it's mostly the ones that are trying to carry out these orders, and that breaks my heart, because if you search their soul and search who they are, they're good people. They just believe the lie. So I'm here to speak the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. If somebody has a problem with it, they want to challenge it or whatever. Look, before I'm gonna say this, because I welcome that, but I understand one thing. Before you do, you're gonna be exposed for who you are after it's over with. Because I don't say nothing without proof of it. I don't do anything without having not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 or 6 different angelic signs telling me. And not only that, other people that I trust and believe tell me. And today was a very big day. I was attacked on all sides. And not only that, I gained the victory by just standing my ground and just holding my truth. And I was given the last piece of the puzzle. And this is something I have not been looking forward to, because I don't like fame. I don't like people knowing who I am. And I'm not proud of a lot of things I did when I was younger, because I was just drunk on power that I had. I was different and I had power, and I didn't care. Everyone else around me was full of bullshit, so I was the law. And I thought that was horrible and evil, and then that was just what these religions taught me, to where I was doubting myself. But no, thank God there was somebody like that, because look, biggest criminals I've ever seen are wearing suits. Terrorists are in the White House and wearing badges. The best human beings on the earth are all addicted to heroin, and fentanyl is really the killer. You see, heroin comes from the earth, and it'll actually help you if you're using it for the right purposes. Anything coming from the earth is for us. So of course, whenever they realized they stole out heroin for nothing, that backfired on them. So here comes the fentanyl, and let me tell you something about fentanyl. It kills big time. It wouldn't kill me. It wouldn't kill me, trust me. But of course, I was just trying to leave this place, and fentanyl. Every single look, I have every day, I've got between 25 and 30 beautiful girls trying to love me and get me to buy them so that they can feed their fentanyl habit. I'm talking about girls that whose mamas and daddies have pushed them out because they're on drugs or this or that and the other. Huh. That right there burns my ass up, you know. It burns my ass up. Because one thing family don't do is turn its back on family. You fix the problem. You fix the problem, you talk about it, and you work through it. You can't unlove something. Look, I've sat here and I've been alone for so long. It was to the point where if I came across you, I wouldn't I wouldn't hurt no one no matter what they did or what anybody wanted me to do with them. Chances are I'd help you get away with it and get away from the cops too, because the cops are worse. But if I stumbled across somebody trying to kidnap a girl and head to the Queen with her, paid for by the CIA, son, I'm gonna stop them. I'm gonna stop them. And 9 times out of 10, you know, it was a catch and release type issue. But let me tell you something: the girls were always let go, and they came after some of them really hard, and that to me blew my mind. It blew my mind. And you know, every single one of these girls were they don't have a father, they don't have a mother. They are beautiful. They lie. They use the men around them because they're pretty, and they think that sex is for that. Whenever horrible things happen to them, they block it out of their mind, and they hurt all the guys that are in love with them. And look, it's wrong, girls, to try to get a guy to love just because he's a poor guy that doesn't have luck with the ladies. And you show him a good time and make him fall in love with you just to manipulate him. Let me tell you something. That right there sucks. I women really sharpened me up. The young ones. I have never seen just ingenious and predator, just a lion, selfish little deceitful. I mean, the most beautiful. You want to believe her so much, but every word is poison and lies. I've got two of them that I, to this very day, the cutest little assholes you ever seen, but they're my assholes. So, um, they get a pass. Well, they got a pass up until the other day, and the other day was the last straw. I can no longer have them in my life because they're getting in the way of the plan. So, the man, Lord bless the truth. I hope and pray that they. But you know what? Whatever happens, it needs to go through it, and we can't take other people's pain from them because other people's pain is what makes them grow, y'all. So that was my biggest lesson, my hardest one. Um, you guys want to check on my criminal past? I can tell you this: it's documented. I have uh, two or three drug charges. Okay, they're minor drug charges, and they were every single time it was because the girl next to me had drugs, and I had a criminal record, and she didn't, so I took the lick. Okay. Now, one time it was methamphetamine. One time it was, I think, 2 points. This was my the love of my life. She had not even enough drugs to get anybody high. Um, the max on it was 5. They gave me because of who, you know, obviously I did 8 years on 5 for not even enough drugs to get you high, and you know the law enforcement agency around here that was responsible for that. If you guys want to dig into it, there was something happened back in the late 2000s called Murder on the Bayou. They actually did a special on it. 48 hours, was it 48 hours or Unsolved Mysteries came and did a whole thing. It was called Murder on the Bayou. 8 girls, serial killer. They said killed 8 girls around here, and dude, these were all girls we knew, man. And as it turns out, um, it was in fact not. It was the cops, and they were doing that to secure the drug to secure the drugs. So in our town, the ones who sell drugs are the cops. There's a reason why the dope comes from one spot and goes straight to one spot, and these people never get busted, and when they do, they get a slap on the wrist. And people that get caught with a crumb, like myself, do 8 years hard labor. You understand? So whenever these things happen, at some point you draw a line in the sand. And these days I don't let them arrest me. I don't let them arrest me. And you know what? Most of those cops that were doing that, they're not around here no more. And thank God, because things are about to change around here. And look, Jennings, those of you that are in Jennings, listen, girls, I don't support drugs. I don't support drug addicts, and I don't do drugs, okay? So if you want to call me and you want to ask me to get you drugs because you know that I know where they are, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your money and you're not going to get it back. Okay? You can ask. You can ask around, because I've done that a few times here recently. I'm having fun doing it. I want somebody to ask me to get them drugs whenever I have been doing nothing more than to try to get everyone I love off of drugs. My ex that I was with, I would give her every single bit of it and not do none of it for weeks and weeks and weeks on ends. Even though back then I liked to get high, I liked to feel it, but I would make sure that she had it first, because I was never a slave to that mess. That was silly to me. Real pain is losing someone that you love and it being your fault. And trust me, that's happened to me every time it's happened. And it's always been because of my aggressive tendencies. My brother, Ishmael, like I said, he's a warrior. He's one of the best warriors there is. In fact, there is no equal when it comes to it. He and I have two different philosophies when it comes to that. He's going to plead with you to the very end and reason with you all the way down to it and try his best to just not hurt you. Me, I'm the opposite. If I feel like I can't reason with you, it is going to be too much of a deal. I'm just going to destroy the enemy right there, violently, quickly, and with great violence, so that the rest of them realize that they're in a hucklebuck and they go away. That's just a different tactic we are. And look, that works while you're dealing with this evil, but let me tell you what it doesn't work with. It doesn't work when you're dealing with the ones you love. So I've been away from my soulmate for a long time now. Ladies, look, I'm not on the market, you guys. Please stop trying to love me, okay? I love each and every one of you guys more than you could ever know. And I'll never, ever, ever be in love with anyone. I have a soulmate. I know who it is. And look, these days, I don't even have sex or anything like that, because people will use that to take your power. And listen here, you can ask any girl that's came at me that not only have they tried many times, I'm not going to do it. If you give me the money, I'm going to end up jacking you for it. You're never going to get it, because this to me is a game of vibration. And I have not ever had no trouble getting females. I have never been desperate, nor have I been. I want every one of them to stop hurting themselves and realize that love should be free. Love is the answer. That's the source of my power. That's the source of the abilities I have. You guys, you light workers, I'm offering you my help right now. I can show you look, if you're having bad days, the world's not going your way, there is a meditation that the ancient Egyptians used called the breath of life, that is the cheat code to reality. It guarantees that you have a good day and things go your way, even when things don't go your way. So you can do this meditation, okay? And look, I own everything I love in this world, and I live in a cesspool. Nothing will stick to you like glue. You'll slide right through it like and look, you'll come out smelling like a king when everyone else is getting bogged down and destroyed in this mess. Okay, so it works, and it's not something that I'm thinking that I think works. I don't believe in belief. That's another problem I have. Is I'm a man of little faith. Little faith. If it doesn't make sense, it's not. Yeah, I can't prove it scientifically. Then it's not real. So I've been holding back a long time. But I'm sorry, but the truth's out, and I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the spirit world, the etheric world, is related to electromagnetism. And not only is that, but our bodies are electromagnetic vehicles. And not only that, we control the ether around us, and we are, in fact, the voice in our head is source and no other than, which means that you are, if you have the love in your heart and source in your mind, then you have the potential to have great power. And I feel like they've had to put a cap on like some of my power, because when I realized how to do it, I had no trouble. This is what I did, people. I don't eat anything that was living. I don't eat dead flesh, period. Meat eaters look, if you want to have the highest vibration, understand one thing: the plants are even alive. So if you're eating a vegetable and a plant, that plant is offering itself to you. So thank the plant and be respectful. Animals, if you're cruel to an animal, you're an idiot, an imbecile, and you have a lot of work to do, because animals are so far beyond what humans are, it's unreal. I have brought violence upon many living creatures in this incarnation, and like I said, that's what I was built for. But I'll tell you something I've never done. I've never killed an animal, never hurt a dog, and I could never harm an innocent animal. I've been deer hunting 3 times. I've never shot a deer. My dad, he cursed at me. He'll never bring me deer hunting ever again, because I watched the prize buck walk right by. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. I couldn't shoot that deer. Look, I'd probably flash out if I watched somebody shoot that deer. It'd probably make me cry. I'd probably have serious problems with that. These days I don't abide that. I don't abide the death of innocence. It's not cool. And taking another being's life it's not the end of them. Okay, because death's just a doorway. But that breaks free will, and it breaks their law. So I know this to be a fact. If anything's happened to you, you've had great pain, or you've had things happen to you, it's because you've made a decision that's allowed it to happen, and even your guardian angel has. So everyone that's, oh well, poor me, this happened to me, this happened to me. You know what? If it happened to you, it happened to you because of a choice you made. So people need to take responsibility for themselves. This world's only in this mess because you gave. Look how stupid these people. Are you serious? You think that Joe Biden is a smart man? He can't get up and down the stairs, y'all, without help. And these people are sacrificing our children. Why? Because they have money. And what, you're afraid of what? You're afraid of a little pain or a little threat or whatever like that. Look, you give these people the power. You give them the power. I can show you 2 documents that gives. Look, the judges have no right to try any of us. It's a military tribunal anyway. The people that have never been in a military, they have no right to try. Secondly, the DA that's prosecuting you and the judge is both making money off of it, which means they're gaining monetarily for your cause. You realize that's double jeopardy, people. And furthermore, if you take back your power verbally, I'm not a citizen of this corporation. I'm a sovereign entity living on Mother Earth under God's law. Then guess what? That don't even fly in court, yo. I don't care what you did. They put you on the, oh my God, don't fuck with him list. And look, stay away from him. So, that takes care of your legal problems. And my company been offering this. I've got no good people around here off. And you know what? Even got stiffed on the bill too. Never even got paid for it, because you know what? They knew that I wasn't going to do them nothing. Anybody ever screws me over? Oh well. I'll let them make it. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. But the next one's mine, though. The retribution. The retribution, man, And I was never going to come out with that stuff about Jason and them and this and that and the other. I understand they're just deceived, but look, they're actively trying to shut down my sister. I had to take extra means in order to secure her website, and now we have the upper hand. And not only that, their last attempt to shut down my computer networks. Hello, I'm not using computers, guys, in order to stop you from hurting us, okay? So that's where you got it messed up. The power that you're trying to get from me, you can't get because of the choices that you've made. In order to have this power, you have to be a child of the light. And I'm sorry, but every one of these slaves that has just been, they're going to have greater power than any of these people that have enslaved us. So the time is now. All this wealth they have, it's just numbers on the screen. I can show you right now that it's not even real. So money problems is not, I don't have money problems. Ishmael don't have money problems. Jessica don't have money problems. God's people don't have money problems. Children of the light, we're not rich, but I'll tell you one thing, I don't ever want for anything. I have the best of everything, and the only things that I've hurt are the ones around me that I've tried to force open, force the truth upon. And, at this point, this is my thing. If you've been a friend of mine for this long, most of them that know me real long, they're coming back to me now and they listen to me. But some of these females that are still under the guise that, because I told them that they're beautiful and I saved them from a horrible fate and I helped them financially. Look, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone whenever you're using lies to deceive them and use them, first of all. And secondly, that means that you have inward problems. You don't even know who you are. You're not capable of love. The love that I have is the Father's love, and it's not a sexual love. And you know what? Sex is for procreation and fun, and that's it. And it's not, shouldn't be associated with relationships because my adopted mother and father, they have been married. My mama's only been with him her whole life. 60 something, they're 70 something right now. They've been married for over 60 years now. And let me tell you something, that's not love, that's a choice. Love, infatuation, what all these girls believe is love is biochemically the same as like doing a little ecstasy and eating some chocolate. You can have the same feeling, maybe a better one even. Sex is, I have learned that channeling sexual energy is a good way to gain power and strength. But you have to understand what it is and who it's for and for the right reasons. So don't be afraid of your sexual urges. That's the society made you feel that way. There's no such thing as hell. Everyone's going to get a chance this time. Everyone's going to make it. And the only ones that are not going to be at the show are the ones that don't believe and the ones that choose not to be, okay? Because the sun's going to purify everything. That's the thing they can't stop. They tried to do all this mess with it. Check this out. You're going to find your guys' skies are going to start clearing up. You're going to lose all the... If they're putting up videos of the jets still putting out chemicals, let me tell you something. That's not real. Double check it. Go look and see if it's really happening right there, because that's the government trying to make you feel scared or whatever. And listen, no one's going to harm us. There's not going to be there's not going to be no cataclysms. There's not going to be no one. There's not going to be a great war. None of that shit. And look, Israel and Hamas, if it's even really going on, it's because Biden set it up to go on that way. Okay, y'all? So trust me. No one has the capability to destroy this planet anymore, because the Ashtar Command and the Galactic Federation of Light I am living proof. I have probably 30 videos up, and I take one every day of a one or many light beings that literally protects me and my family from certain demise by the U.S. corporation of bullshit. And this is what I know, y'all. They're losing power by the days. In fact, it's so... Listen, they only have the power that you guys are giving them. They can't even look, they tried again to access their satellite the other day, and I believe with all my heart that they don't even have control of that satellite no more. There's not going to be no wildfires or nothing like that, because I saw where there was a different command line and different code that was source code that was running everything. I don't even believe that Biden has the power that he has. I believe that he's just a body double that's in play to keep American people from freaking out. Now, I don't understand why that's still going on, y'all. I don't. I don't. Listen, they're all clones. They're all pedophiles, and the truth has to come out. I'm not going to be a part of a U.S. country or none of that nonsense. I'm never going to be an American citizen. I'm never going to conform to this shit or pay tax or none of that shit whenever they won't tell the truth and they're taking money whenever everything is free. So that right there means that something's got to give. And my experience is that they can't get me and I can get them. So you guys need to understand one thing. Speak your truth. Call them for what they are. Let those Hollywood people do. Look, there's a few actors that are decent people and trying to tell their truth. And you know what? They're in danger because of it. And guess what? Oh, well. If there wouldn't have been of the mess and around the mess and in it, they wouldn't be in danger, would they? They tried to destroy Jim Carrey. He went almost crazy. I'm sorry, but thank God I was never wanted to be no actor. Besides, that just seems silly to me. Anybody want to fake it to make it? That's not cool. I mean, cops have allowed to do their jobs. That's why I can never be a cop. But being an actor is not cool to me. Why would you want to do something fake? You know? I know some real guys, some real soldiers that are real good dudes, that are real GI Joes and real heroes and stuff like that. And look, they're not like, they broke my heart whenever I realized that Sylvester Stallone was one of these pedophiles too. I thought Rambo was, my dude, bro. So I started realizing that, man, listen, all this fake bullshit, that's the real problem, you see. That's the real problem. These people sold their soul out to have wealth and riches and money that's not even real. And let me tell you what, it cost them everything. Every single one of them owes a debt now. Look, I'm talking about, let me tell you something. The ones that they got deceived by, when we're talking about power, and we're talking about the ones that are in, look, they're not even, listen, if they could have stopped us, they would have done it a long time ago. I've been here. They've known who I was my whole life. I've been here. I've been sticking my finger in their eyes since 1996 every day. And since 2005, I've been verbally doing it. And not only that, I have, like I said,